Do you hear that? Shh. Do you fucking hear that? That's the sound of a man not asking me what's for dinner.
Why are we all so messed up? Why? Why are we so fucked in the brains? How come when someone says, like, I like you, but I can't be with you right now, why do we want to be with them 10 times more? Like, aren't you supposed to want someone that wants you? So, like, is it the chase? Do we like the chase? Like, what? Why? Who taught us this? What went wrong in our childhoods?
Okay, you stupid, silly boys, listen up. I know you all like to complain about the girlfriend who keeps asking questions even though she knows you don't have the answers as well. For example, you're both watching a movie for the first time and she's like, what do you think will happen next? Stop complaining. She thinks you're smart and cool and actually capable of giving her an answer. Appreciate it. Because if she's anything like me, she's actually convinced that like 95% of people are just plain stupid, and it's a really big compliment if she thinks you're special enough to actually give her an answer to something, even though she probably knows you don't know. She still wants to hear your thoughts. Appreciate it, fucker. How would I know? Shut the fuck up! Make something up. It'll make her really happy. Oh, and if you're not capable of making something up, even though you don't know for sure, that proves her point. You're fucking stupid.
Welcome to The Wall, brothers. Sometimes, watching videos of modern women, I realize that more than being a partner to them, they want something like a father figure. Many of them, due to not having a paternal figure in their childhood, have some mental issues as they grow up. Like this girl who sees that the guy rejects her or uses her, she wants him even more. This confirms what I'm saying to you that women like the bad life. They become obsessed with men who don't provide comfort. That's why I tell you, anguish and uncertainty are their greatest allies. This is what the Chad does, a man who brings nothing to the table but his seed. This type puts them on an emotional roller coaster, giving and taking away his attention as he pleases. These women are always available to him. But many white knights don't understand this. They want to live like simps, giving everything to the woman. That's why they see her go into the hands of the worst man for her, because they love the bad life. The girl who asks why the man gets angry when she asks to watch a movie, well, look, spoiled child. When you see someone constantly asking you about something they are watching with you, it makes me understand that you have little intellectual capacity. Even though we are both watching the same thing, it's annoying to have to explain everything to you.
How to manipulate men. Warning, do not just use these on just anyone. These are only for the F-boys and the boys that are ghosting you. So in that case, go right ahead. If he asks you, if you've ever been here, if you're at a restaurant, if you are at a store, if you're at a certain location, or if he asks you where you got that, a piece of jewelry or something that could have been a gift, a new technology thing, whatever it is, okay? If he asks you, have you been there or where'd you get that? Start giggling. Be mysterious. Be very weird by it. Like, make him super suspicious. Be like, whatever. And he'll be like, wait, why aren't you answering my question? It's a simple question. But you're making it sound as if there's more to the story. And if you want to be really toxic, you can say, don't ask questions that you don't want the answer to. Because then that's gonna convince him that somebody else took you there on a date or somebody else bought you that jewelry or whatever it was out of a present or a gift for you, assuming the gender or whatever that you're into bought it for you. So after that, he's gonna keep asking you, being like, what do you mean? Like, keep trying to poke the bear and poke you to like get the answers out of you. And just keep having to like be giggly, be whatever, be like, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter who got it for me, whatever. Like, don't worry about it. And then at the end of that, some point he'll start dropping it and he'll start dropping the whole questions asked or whatever, but it'll still be in his head. So he'll still be thinking about it. So you might not get the exact same thing from him or being taken to that place or whatever it was, but you bet your butt that he's gonna get something for you or take you somewhere because he wants to be the person that you remember and have memories with and have gifts from and all that stuff. He doesn't want another man to have done that for you. So Jimmy's gonna act up and act right after this one.
Brothers, then they wonder why they are single. So many ideas from women to make the Chad choose them. It's like a need for pick me, pick me. If I have to be searching for tricks to manipulate someone into being with me, that says my self-esteem is really low. If a girl comes up with this nonsense, just tell her, "I'll be back after you order what you want to eat." Then you head to the bathroom and leave her with the bill so she learns not to play silly games with you. Discard her. If you want to be more direct, you can say, "I'm sorry, but I don't date women who constantly give their love to the public." If she tries to shame or guilt you, simply tell her, "I'm not part of your herd, I'm not your simp or your friend zone guy. I don't allow anyone to disrespect me, nor do I share my woman." Then you get up from the table and leave. Brother, never be afraid to discard. Always make your opinion clear and strong when something bothers you. That generates respect. It may generate anger and rage in the woman because things aren't going as she planned. She will see in you a man who doesn't play games. Like I said, even if it's a negative emotion, it's still an emotion. As the first girl said, we like guys who don't give us a chance. If you act like a doormat for the woman, she will keep manipulating you. But if you take a firm stand, she will respect you and won't play silly games with you for fear of losing you. After she does this, don't call her until she reaches out to you. Believe me, she will reach out because they can't stand a masculine man putting them in their place.
If you want to know if that person is the one for you, I want you guys to try something out that is definitely going to bring to your attention whether this person is right or wrong for you, but not even wrong, just if this person is meant to be in your life at all. So basically, what I want y'all to do for yourselves is I want you guys to set up a secret password with God, with the universe, with source, with spirit, whatever you believe in. And I want you to purposely, intentionally set the intention that whenever you meet the right person or whenever the right person comes into your life, that it will be made very clear to you whether they are right for you or not, because they will end up repeating back to you the secret password that you made with spirit. So how this works is basically, I'm going to show you exactly how you would go about this. And also how it would happen back to you, okay? So the first thing that you would do is you would channel your source, let's say God, because I call my God God. You would simply say, "God, if this person or whoever comes into my life is meant for me, I would like for them to talk to me about how important angel numbers, specifically angel number 444, is to them." Or you can even say, "I want them to mention to me how cool it is that plants have freckles. I want them to tell me how much they love the color black. I want them to mention giraffes to me, zebras." Whatever it is, my love, I want you to understand that no matter how crazy or irrational or random, whatever it is, the password that you want to have is, if you are setting the intention that that person who's right for you is going to end up bringing it up in conversation, maybe asking you about it or whatever the case is, you must simply trust that they will. And trust me, guys, they absolutely will. It's not something you force. It's not something that you have to ask them about to see if they actually care, if they'll mention it to you. You simply state the intention that they will mention it to you, and you have to trust that they will, because like I said, they will. You can mention colors, you can mention shapes, you can mention experiences, you can mention interests, whatever it is. Just set the intention that the right person will end up repeating it back to you, because they will. And they will care, and they will see you, and they will make it clear to you, whether they realize that they're making it clear to you or not. Their soul is going to make it very clear to you, because God is going to show you exactly what the deal's about. If you say they're going to, they're going to. That's it. You just got to trust that the right person will. And they definitely will.
Brothers, as one approaches the wall, they become more spiritual. It's because every day, things are getting worse. Now, to make a man stay with her, some resort to spells or weird witchcraft. Girl, where is your self-respect? It's because of things like this that you see men having bad luck with some women. These women keep doing things to them until they end up ruining them. We see this in many men, and you wonder, ever since this guy got involved with that woman, he's had bad luck that just won't go away. That's why you see them in toxic relationships. They can't get out of there. Some women resort to diabolical things to keep this man, even though I'm not a believer in this. I must say, if I believe in God, there's also a devil. Women are the ones who resort to this the most to try to keep a man, instead of moving on. That's why you sometimes see them in disastrous years with Chad, and they only distance themselves when the relationship turns physically abusive. Brothers, always pay attention to the woman's beliefs and what's in their homes. If you find strange altars, that's a huge red flag. But before we continue, brothers, we want you to support us in our goal for the next few months to reach 50,000 subscribers. We want our family to keep growing, so please help us by subscribing and liking the video since this helps YouTube recommend our content more. Don't forget to leave your comments. So please stay tuned because this is where the video gets exciting.
Ladies, I know cuffing season is rolling around, but please proceed with caution, okay? I've been in my independent era for much too long. I think we're going on, what, like 4+ years? We've had some, like, ins and outs, but for the majority, I've been pretty independent for the last 4.5, 5 years. It's getting a little boring, but you know what? We proceed. We keep going. I feel like I'm a little too independent. I'm a little too comfortable here, you know? Like, it would take a lot for a man to enter my life and make me accept him and want him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just in my flow. I don't need no man to do things for me. I go out every week and I buy myself flowers. Can we take a second? This is the most beautiful flower arrangement I've ever done. I don't need a man to go do that for me. I don't need to beg and plead a man to do the bare minimum. I'm financially stable enough to do that on my own, to treat myself when I want to be treated. I cook myself incredible meals until a man can outcook me. But if he can outcook me, welcome. Enter the chat, here you come. But you know what, until then, until Mr. Right enters, we're just out here vibing. We do not need to lose ourselves to cuffing season. I'm trying to hang on to my people as much as I can. But if you find yourself a good one, go off, go flock.
Modern women, when they are closer to their 30s than their 20s, start wanting to find a man. Their biological clock makes them desire a partner to formalize things. It's normal to see these independent women who can handle everything on their own, without needing a man, express their desire for a man in their life. You may perceive these women as independent, capable of doing everything by themselves, but they are the ones who most desire a man to guide them and set some boundaries. Women love having a figure of authority in their lives. I don't mean being overly controlling, as nobody wants that. I mean the type of man who, on some weekends, says, "Today, you're not going out. You're staying here with me to watch a movie," or the man who calls and says, "Come to my place after work." Or the man who simply, when she's angry or upset at home due to a problem, tells her, "Calm down, I've got this." Women are often poor decision makers, which is why they appreciate a man who doesn't do his own thing and instead makes her do what he says. You might say this man is toxic and controlling, but when a woman has her masculine man by her side, she won't even let her friends get close. That's why you see women comparing their lives and a relationship with those of their single friends, and they say they are better off having a strong man in their lives. He has saved them from making bad decisions by firmly setting some boundaries. If you doubt it, just look at how a woman raised with a father in the home behaves compared to one raised by a single mother without a paternal figure.
Okay, bitch, let's talk about my top 5 dating boundaries. Number 1, I am not fucking sleeping with you unless you're my boyfriend. I used to believe so strongly that if they're the right guy, it won't matter when you sleep with them, but it's so fucking hard to figure out if they're the right guy so early on. So I'm fucking sorry, but unless you're my man, I'm not sleeping with you or doing anything with you besides kiss. Number 2 is no sleepovers. You're not staying at my place, I'm not staying at your place, I'm going the fuck home. That creates a false sense of intimacy, and I just don't want to do it. It also makes it harder not to do shit with them. Number 3 is no introducing them to family, and I'm not meeting your family. I feel like meeting family is such a privilege, and I value that so highly. I'm not just going to introduce a random man that is not my boyfriend to my family, and I don't want to meet your family either. Number 4 is no constant texting. This is something that I really had to get over because I love to text, especially if I like somebody. But that really creates a false sense of intimacy, and I don't want a fucking pen pal. Why should I be talking to you all day, every day if you're not my man? We should be texting here and there, calling here and there, planning dates, and seeing each other in person. Then as things start progressing, we can start texting more and more. I also used to think that if they weren't texting me 24/7, they didn't like me, and that's just not true either. But don't get that confused. They should still be putting in effort and making plans to see you, and if not, they probably just don't fucking like you. Number 5 might be a little controversial, but I'm not being exclusive to anybody who is not my boyfriend. If you want to be exclusive and not have me talk to other guys, then you can ask me to be your girlfriend. So many guys will ask to be exclusive when 1, they're not being exclusive to you, and 2, because they don't want you talking to other guys, but they still don't want to make you their girlfriend. So nah, not doing that shit.
The famous standards of women, these limits that they start setting when they are approaching their 30s and can no longer give themselves away purely out of emotion. Now, they need someone to buy the product because the free samples have run out. Brothers, the wall does not forgive. Like in supply and demand, women understand that if they increase the value of the product and make it scarce, it will be more valuable to men. In part, this may be true, but it's when the product has had 1 or 2 owners. Because a car that has gone through more than 10 owners, even if you paint the exterior, it's clear that with over 500 miles, it's pure junk you're buying. Now, what I'm telling you with this is that a woman changes her way of thinking when she's nearing 30 simply because she wants to find a beta provider who can offer long-term financial security. A man with whom she can have 1 or 2 children, get a house, and ruin it in the divorce. That's why they say, I won't be exclusive to you unless we're official, because they can't close the door to a potentially better prospect by settling down with you without your commitment. Remember, brothers, she's more concerned about time than you are. She doesn't want to waste her time if you're not the man who can provide something. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. What do you think about women who raise their standards as they approach 30? What do you think about women who resort to spells and witchcraft? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from The Wall.